What an amazing journey. The most spring training games ever shown. 99 of the most thrilling regular season games.
Yes!
The most extensive pre- and post-game shows. And the most in-depth postseason coverage.
We're going to the World Series.
I don't even have the words to describe all this right now.
No other station has captured the magic of the 2005 season like Comcast Sportsnet. Congratulations from Comcast Sportsnet, the home of the 2005 World Champion Chicago White Sox.
Hey, let's go. Wake up here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Don't wait.
The White Sox make it 8 in a row. The hottest team in baseball, the hottest start in the 104-year history of their franchise.
From April on, I remember saying to myself, this might be our year.
The White Sox have now played 18 one-run games, and they have won 14 of them.
We go into every game knowing that it's going to be a fight, a 1, 2-run, 3-run game.
It's hard not to enjoy watching the White Sox.
Oh, you got a mic on? Mic boy. Check.
A 1-2.
They are a fun team to watch because of the way they play the game.
Ozzie ball, small ball, smart ball. To me, it's just playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
A sensational play by Uribe.
Going back, way back, leaps and makes a great catch.
And the difference tonight, the White Sox defense.
It's a gunner and a White Sox winner.
This place is electric.
You could see the confidence in everyone just grow and grow every day that we took the field.
Put it on the board, yeah! Back, and it is 3-1 Sox.
The team that becomes more of a family, has the most fun together, are usually the ones that succeed.
They are celebrating on the south side. The Chicago White Sox are the 2005 American League Central Division champions.
I told the guys, don't just feel happy just to be in the playoff. Win this 10.
The White Sox have won the pennant.
It's a slam. Light it up.
It is gone. He won it. He won it. He throws. Out. The White Sox have won the World Series.
Major League Baseball Productions presents Sox Pride, the story of the 2005 World Champion Chicago White Sox.
1-0 White Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning. The White Sox are 1 out away from their first World Championship since 1917.
You're talking about an organization that they've thrown a World Series since they've won one. That's a dark cloud hanging over your head.
We've had some highlight seasons, but not the culmination that you really want to achieve.
The White Sox haven't been in a World Series for a long time. The city of Chicago hasn't won a World Series in 80-something years.
This town has had 2 teams for a long time. Just seem not to be able to get to the World Series.
The Mariners sweep the Chicago White Sox.
People are telling me you need to get out. Years and years and years, you need to get out.
There wasn't any curse about it. It was just a bunch of bad teams not getting there and getting close.
The Boston Red Sox have forever put that 1918 chant to rest.
Everybody was making such a big deal about the fact that they hadn't won since 1918. And here we were, we hadn't won since 1917.
If they can break their curse and break their drought of world championships, then so can we.
The Twins have defeated the White Sox here tonight, and the Minnesota Twins, for the 3rd consecutive year, are the division champions in the Central.
After 3 straight second-place finishes, the White Sox knew they'd have to make changes if they wanted to win a division. So they molded the 2005 Sox in the image of their feisty second-year manager, Ozzie.
This team for years was, home runs. I think once Ozzie, had a year under his belt and he, saw what was going on, he wanted to change it up a little bit.
We have the base of the offense. Just bring a couple hit guys here and there and make sure those guys will catch the ball.
If you didn't fit the mold, He didn't make the team.
I think a lot of people were stunned when Maglio Ordonez wasn't brought back, Jose Valentin wasn't brought back, Carlos Lee was traded.
These were big names, especially Carlos Lee, a 31 home run hitter who was dealt for a speedy leadoff hitter, Scott Posednik.
I was called the village idiot, but people took a step back and it made our players even take notice that this is what we're going to do, and this is how serious we are about it.
Kenny and Ozzie wanted a team that would play smart ball, highlighting pitching and defense. As such, Williams added Jermaine Dye, A.J. Pierzynski, El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, and Dustin Hermanson. But he still had one more import to secure.
Try going to your owner and saying, hey, there's this guy I think it'll round out our club. I haven't seen him play live. Well, what about your scouts? They haven't seen him either.
But they signed Taguchi, a perennial all-star second baseman in Japan, and Ozzie had his team. Like every Major League squad, the White Sox entered spring training with hopes that come October, they'd be playing in the World Series. But they were taking it step by step, and first, they had to win the Central Division.
We're hoping we can get over the hump and get to that division championship. You know, that's the goal. Until we get there, we're going to keep fighting for it.
The manager set the tone.
The Ozzie factor, he's great. He's the best manager I've had a chance to play for.
He's the type of guy that he loves to have fun, but he loves to have fun the right way. And the right way is coming out every day, working hard, doing what we have to do.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Ozzie's approach on the field made it easy for the White Sox front office to come up with a concept for the grinder rules.
That was kind of our marketing scheme moving into spring training.
And when the season started, these guys came out of the gate and did everything right.
Now it counts as Mark Burley is looking to go ahead and start things off in a positive way and lead himself right into the playoffs.
And Burley couldn't have started any better.
Burley has faced the minimum through 6 innings.
The Sox also got some timely hitting.
Canerco will start off the bottom of the 7th with a 2-bagger.
Not to mention a fortuitous bounce.
There's a chopper ball. Is on Peralta. Foley scores, and the Sox lead it 1-0.
And they won their opener in true Ozzie ball fashion.
Gold. Yes! So the Sox take the opener here in 05, 1-0.
Opening day was amazing. The electricity and the vibe of the entire park was just unreal. You could just tell that this season was going to be different, how we put the spanking on the Indians.
Burley went out day one, threw his shutout, and set the tone, and every pitcher from then on followed suit.
We won the first 2 games. Then we went to Minnesota and won the first 2 games there.
Swing and a miss for a White Sox winner.
And we were 4-2 against the 2 main rivals in our division.
We had a goal going into every series that we wanted to win the first game. And then after we did get that first game, we always said, let's win the series by winning tomorrow.
And that's precisely what they did, winning the first 2 games in each of their first 4 series.
The White Sox are 8-3 atop the Central.
And then they got hot.
Ball hit hard, sucked up by Uribe. Yes! The White Sox have swept the Twins.
On to Detroit, where they tamed the Tigers.
2-run homer for Jermaine Dye.
You just gotta love Scott Posednik as a base stealer.
The pitch. Braun makes the catch for a White Sox winner. So the Sox sweep the series.
Next, they flushed out the Royals.
Got him.
And the Sox have swept the series.
Against Oakland, they followed their pitching and defense formula to perfection.
Dye makes a sliding catch. Making the catch is Rowan from center.
And added just enough offense.
Garland shuts out the Athletics as the White Sox make it 8 in a row, continuing as the hottest team in baseball, the hottest start in the 104-year history of their franchise.
At 16-4, the Sox were setting team records, and their 10-2 mark on the road matched the 59 Sox for the best ever start away from home.
There goes the runner again, the throw down to third, and that's 4 stolen bases today for Posednik.
So what was it that made Ozzie ball so successful?
Ozzie's ball is the way you're supposed to play ball. A lot of people say small ball. It's not small ball. We hit a lot of home runs.
And say goodbye to that one.
I think to me it's a smart ball. Play the game right.
They've all had jumped on Ozzie Guillen's back and said how we're going to play smart baseball. It's been successful.
And success breeds success. John Garland, his second straight 4-hit shutout. The Sox kept the pace in May.
Dye is on his way to third. Greedy toward the corner, and it's a home run. Uribe on the run, makes the sliding catch in fair play for a White Sox winner.
The Sox were getting awesome pitching from start to finish.
Hernandez closes the deal.
Del Duque improves to 4-1. John Garland is now 6-0. Mark Burley improves his record to 5-1.
And the White Sox make it 8 in a row and sweep the Blue Jays.
In fact, they set a big league record for having a lead in 37 consecutive games to start a season.
Our streak says a lot for our pitching staff. That means our starters were going out there going 6-7 innings every night. It seemed like we did everything right.
A very happy crew, a very happy bunch.
Welcome to round one of the White Sox against the Cubs.
Everyone always seems to be Cubs fans, but now all of a sudden there's White Sox fans everywhere, T-shirts everywhere. It's amazing.
It's kind of risky wearing the Sox jersey down here at Wrigley.
Yeah, I got lots coming here.
Yeah, come! Baseball Chicago style.
I've been through it thick and thin. I'm hoping this is the year.
And then was a little embarrassing to come down here and ask people what's Wrigley Field was.
Well, this is big. This is almost World Series stuff. You know, Northsiders versus Southsiders, they get fired up for it.
Emotions always run high when the Cubs play the White Sox.
Might not be a relationship after this game, depending on who wins, so.
The people are just nuts, man.
It's not just another 3 games. Our fans take it real serious, and there's a lot of bragging rights on the line.
Greg Maddux going for the Cubs and Freddie Garcia for the White Sox.
You know, talk is cheap. You got to go out and just play.
And away we go here at Wrigley Field.
The pitch, hit him. Up and in, and Iguchi is hit. Took that on the shoulder, I think.
Look out, Lee gets hit by the pitch.
Garcia answers the hit by pitch, and now here's a warning.
Are you surprised to get a warning there?
Yeah, for any,
And here comes Ozzie Guillen out to talk with Colbreth.
Dusty Baker's going to walk out also.
The warning is just the part of the job. That's their job to do. And they thought something's going on. I respect that.
The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He gone.
Patterson takes strike 3 call.
Freddie looked different today. He looked more aggressive. Did he want this?
That's what Freddie wants. You know, we have to go out and be aggressive from the beginning. Attaboy.
Garcia checks him, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, got him.
Garcia gave the Sox 7 strong innings. And his teammates gave the north side a little dose of Ozzie ball.
There's the 0-1 to Scott. Squares around the bunt. Third base side to Beauty. Blanco behind the plate has it. No throw. He's got a bunt base hit.
That's my focus. That's my job, is to try to get on base as much as I can.
And the pitch line toward right center. That's going to be a base hit.
Iguchi's done a tremendous job in the 2-hole. You know, him and I are just trying to get ourselves in scoring position for those big bats behind us.
The White Sox fans taking up the Paulie chant.
Swing, ground ball left side. Through for a hit. Podsednik hits third in full gear. Sox lead 3-0.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
This team goes on and on. A big victory again today. Timely hitting again.
Yeah, it was great. We got some big 2-out hits.
Line in the center field, a base hit.
Sox lead 4-0.
Pods had one, PK had one. I snuck one in there. Some home runs. We hit home runs when we need to.
Home run for Joe Grady. Oh, that's a bomb.
And, we're built on pitching. That's what gets you going.
There's Aaron Rowan. He's under it. He makes the catch for a White Sox winner.
That pretty much epitomizes what this team was about. We may not have 50 home run guys, but we come out and give it to you every day.
The Sox gave it to the Cubs again the next day.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Keep fighting, boys. Come on. The team I have right now is the team I like because we can do a lot of different things.
The Sox went scoreless through 7, but Ozzie kept them focused.
Come on, you get him, man. Tie the game right here.
And as usual, they responded.
We're very aggressive on the bases. We swing hard, and we have fun.
Come on, Pete, get him back for AJ. Let's go.
The biggest thing is Ozzie says, have fun, guys, and play every day like it's your last day, and don't leave anything on the field.
There you go. Come on, baby.
Sedlick scores. Here comes Rowan. The White Sox take a 2-1 lead.
This is amazing. This is not something new. They've been doing this all year long.
We finally found the right mix, and I think the manager had a lot to do with that.
He's full of energy, and this club feeds off that.
Home run, Jermaine Dye.
You have to be ready. Nobody loses game with the bullpen today.
White Sox scored 4 runs in the 8th to come back to beat the Cubs.
31-12. That's amazing.
After taking 2 of 3 from their uptown rivals, the Sox took off for games in Anaheim and Texas. It was there they matched their longest losing streak to date at 3.
John Garland hasn't had a lot of games like this.
Again, Ozzie set the tone.
He knows there's going to be bad streaks, and he never lets you get too low.
Home or away, win or lose.
Come on, make it hurt. Let's go.
Ozzie takes every game to heart, and when we lost, it hurt, you know? It wasn't, oh, well, we'll just get them tomorrow.
Mark Burley looks to try and straighten things out for the Sox today and get them back in their winning ways.
And that's the type of persona this team took on with him as a leader.
Hey, let's go. Wake up here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
It starts with Ozzie.
Look at Ozzie.
Ozzie is Ozzie.
And you sure do note the different flavor under Ozzie.
Ozzie was the heart and soul of this club.
Ozzie ball is all the rage.
Come on, Paulie. Let's go.
The thing he's brought here is definitely a looseness.
He's energetic. I mean, it's just the type of person he is.
Hey, let's go. We're down by 2, so let's
A
go.
less pressured brand of baseball.
Just a lot more laughter around here than I can ever remember before.
Because you deal with a manager every day that is the loosest candy you've ever been around in your life.
Get out of here, Bo.
He keeps the morale in the clubhouse loose. I mean, he's a big reason why we are what we are.
Ozzie has that ability to keep things loose, but when he has to, bite your head off if he needs to.
He's always going to speak his mind. He's not going to lie to you. And he's going to come out, and you know, whether you like it or you don't, he's going to let you hear it.
And he's got the guts of a burglar. He's not afraid to tell his player up front what he wants.
Come on, go get his.
When things weren't going good, he was the first one there to pat you on the back. When things were going well, he was the first person there to pat you on the back.
Hey, stay there. Great job.
So we knew what we were getting out of Ozzie every day.
The players know that Ozzie has fun. What they may not know is that it's all part of his plan.
I throw my players under the bus a lot, but just to make them to be a winner. Don't make excuse.
JD, he was the type of kid like his daddy go, don't move. He hold that thing up.
That winning attitude that he brought, I think, definitely pushed us towards the right direction.
The first pitch, you didn't do what I told you. What, I looked for fastball? Yeah, but you were try to stay behind instead of jerk it over there.
That's why this team get along a lot. You know what I mean? They're getting each other pretty well.
Boo! Got nothing. Everyone else going deep.
You know what I mean? The guy, you know, see the guy running the bases, we'll talk to him.
Yeah, you got to get the tape at least foul.
Paulie, you know, I have a lot of quiet leaders. I know it was just one guy. That's why I think they create a lot of fun.
Dumb and dumber.
Sometimes it might be the most crucial moments of a game. We might be biting our lip from laughing at something that's going on.
I pay him to do that with the Marlins. I go, God, get it. Catch it.
Could you guys understand him?
Hello, Ibisky.
I think that's the biggest thing. Most people can't understand him.
We need an interpreter.
Ozzie is never short on emotion during a game.
Perhaps it was Ozzie's aura that made them so immune to pressure that they led the majors with 35 1-1 victories.
Hey, roll. Come on, roll. Get him back for Timo.
And it's going to be up to Timo Perez for the White Sox.
We got the first 2 guys on. We had a sac bunt over, and Timo Perez comes in to pinch hit.
There's a little shake. Stay fair. It will. Here comes Green. He's going to score. Sox win it. 5-4 on the base hit by Timo Perez. Yeah.
You know, something about this team, the flair for the dramatic, the one-run win, just seemed to just happen day in and day out for a club.
The 1-1. Dye hits a drive. Deep left field. Way back. It's a goner and a White Sox winner. Yes! And they're waiting to mob Dye at the plate. He touches the plate. And there's a team meeting with the White Sox greeting Jermaine Dye and another one-run victory.
Hey, let's go. Come on.
The Sox were so dominant the first 2 months, all eyes were on them.
Camera's following you.
Sox bats were booming, and now they entered the mile-high air of Colorado for their second round of interleague play. Sure enough, they averaged more than 8 runs a game. But base running, fielding, and pitching also keyed their 3-game sweep.
The White Sox have swept.
Interleague series between the San Diego Padres and the Chicago White Sox.
You can put it on the board. Yeah.
I was just trying to hit a fly ball. I got one off. Now I don't know if I'm going to get my day off tomorrow or not.
Sox didn't want a day off after 2 more wins in San Diego. It was also there that California native Big John Garland reached double digits in wins.
He's gone.
They know I'm going to try and attack them with the first few pitches.
Swing and a miss.
Going up there looking for a fastball, looking for the sinker.
He's just getting better as the game goes on.
Hopefully, if guys see this, I can maybe trick them.
Garland earns the win, his 10th of the year, the first to 10 wins in baseball.
If we can go out and give our team a quality start, you keep it close, you got a chance to win.
It really didn't matter which team or league these Sox were facing. Their recipe for success remained the same.
I just worry about the game I'm playing. And tomorrow we find out what we're going to do.
Welcome back to coverage from the south side of Chicago, the White Sox and Dodgers.
Fittingly, members of the Go-Go Sox were on hand as these two teams met in Chicago for the first time since the 1959 World Series.
The Go-Go White Sox going strong. The Sox, who usually rely on speed and finesse for their runs.
Much like the 2005 Sox, who put on a smart ball clinic.
Here's a bunt out in front of the plate. Edwards plate. Go to first, look out! He's safe!
Ozzie ball, smart ball, small ball, whatever they want to call it. It was about being smart, not making mistakes, and when the other team does, take advantage of them.
First and second with nobody out.
A walk and 2 sacrifices have created this opportunity. This is a smart ball rally going on right now.
Ozzie ball, to me, is just playing the fundamental baseball, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Swing and a hit to left field. That scores the go-ahead run, Scott Podsednik. And the White Sox have taken the lead 4-3.
The first half of the season, I mean, they won so many games by 1 run.
The winning run is at first base with A.J. Przinsky ready to take his swings.
When you win games by 1 run, your team has got pressure all the time. And it didn't seem like pressure bothered these fellas whatsoever.
Swing and a drive. Deep left center field. This might go. It's a gunner and a White Sox winner. Yes! This place is electric.
We believe that this team can just do it, and it's a good feeling to have when you always know you're in the game.
Przinsky was crying like a little baby. I said, quit crying, just hit the ball.
The win or die trying Sox.
Big comeback, we never got to give up. We used to play these kind of games, and it's not over till it's over.
Fact is, the rest of the division had to think it really was over.
Hey, good job, man. Come.
They've increased their lead in the American League Central to 7.5 games.
It has all been for the boys from the south side of Chicago.
And the White Sox go to 26 games over 500.
They're now 8 ahead of the Twins. They are the best team in baseball right now.
First place and have been since opening day.
Our offense has been great, and you can't win without great pitching, and we feel like with our pitching, if we hit it all, we're going to have a real good chance to beat some teams.
The White Sox were now 11-4 against the National League. And back in the American League, Mark Buehrle kept it up against the Royals.
A lot of people want to have 25 Mark Buehrle. All my years I managed, I wish these kids can pitch for me.
Swing and a miss. Buehrle got him. He gone. He has pitched 25 consecutive shutout innings.
Buehrle is the type of guy that you know what you're going to get every night. Attack the zone, throw, strikes, and he's going to give you 7 innings every night.
Buehrle hasn't allowed a run through 7.
John Garland also pitched a gem of his own.
Trying to be the first 12-game winner in baseball.
I never have doubt this kid can do it because he got the arm.
Strike 3 called.
He got the innings.
Through 7, he shut out these Royals.
And he's got the gut.
What an effort by John Garland.
He pitched 1 whale of a ball game.
Now, a lot of people expect him to be good. Now it's going to be up to him to keep in that level.
He has been fabulous.
To be looked at as one of the best in the league right now is pretty exciting. It's a great honor.
And the Chicago White Sox ball club just continues to pound on.
We're having a lot of fun and we're playing with confidence, and both those things are keys in winning.
And now they welcome the Cubs to the South Side.
We're going to face a pretty good team, and it's going to be another challenge. Take it one day at a time. Don't get too excited. Just go and play baseball like we play all year long.
I love the White Sox because I've been a South Sider my whole life. And in Chicago, you're either a North Sider or a South Sider, and I'm a South Sider.
Cubs and Sox. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's nothing better than this. I'll be pumped up.
Freddie Garcia sure was pumped for the Cubs.
Swings, and down he goes. 6 up and 6 down for Freddie.
The Red Hot Sox were clicking on all cylinders.
That's a hit. The White Sox have their leadoff man on.
Let's go. Let's go.
There goes Ozuna. And the hit and run. Runners on the corners, no outs.
Going with the pitching and defense and speed really helped mold a different type of ball club.
Come on, Pop.
Podsednik's got a chance to steal. He's going. The throw to second. Save! Stolen base number 37.
Take advantage of that one.
Ozzie's going to make something happen.
Ozzie knows his game. He plays it the right way. He just wants his players to give him 100% day in, day out.
No question the White Sox longest tenured player was embracing his manager's team-first concept.
And the pitch to Frank. Swing and a fly ball, deep right field. This is going to get a run in.
And Frank giving himself up to drive in that run.
I've had so many teammates to really cheer me on and yell and scream for me.
Way back. You can put it on the board. Yeah.
It really helped me make things happen on the field. I just feel proud right now to be able to do that for them.
The Big Hurt also hit a home run. It was a good day all around.
Throws him with a curve. Big strikeout for Garcia.
He really has it going on today.
I could feel something special brewing in this clubhouse early in the year. Win as a team, play as a team, and good things will happen.
Ozuna has it, flips to second out. Higuchi to first. A double play and a White Sox winner.
Freddie's a big game guy, and that was a big game, obviously. Anytime you're playing the Cubs, it's a big game.
And they just logged their 50th win of the season. The White Sox walloped the Cubs 12-2.
In their 6 games against the Cubs, the White Sox scored 27 runs as the South Side rose again.
The pitching staff and the way we play right now, I don't think we're going to have too many losing streaks.
Having a better record and beating the Cubs before they could do anything in this city, because this is not a Cubs town.
Now it was time to refocus on the American League.
The Sox are looking to just continue their winning ways against the Central.
They'll get the job done. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
There are times when our hitters come through in the right time. This is a team of 25 guys contributing to winning ball games.
Dives and he makes a backhanded grab to put an exclamation point on the series.
As the Sox sweep the Tigers.
The Sox finished the first half with a 57-29 record. That's the best in baseball.
17-7 in April, and they followed up with a great May, a great June. By the All-Star break, they were so far ahead that I think a lot of skeptics were, this is a good team now.
Hi, boy.
Nice first pitch.
Hi, baby.
Thanks to their record, the White Sox were well represented at the All-Star game.
Hey, Pods, after we do this picture, me, you, Burley, and Garland, we're going to get like a 4-shot of us. Is that cool? All right.
No, come on.
Get closer, Burl. I know you're going to be in this game every year, but this is probably it for me, so I...
Thank you very much. Have fun.
Thank you.
Mark Burley has had a terrific first half. He is 10-3 with an ERA of .258. His second All-Star game, his first All-Star start.
It was amazing, just the whole thing, getting out there, warming up. I've never been in a World Series game, but it felt like just the crowd was into it, and it was awesome.
Seekers, both sides of the plate, cutter, back to cutter, indoor cutter.
You're facing an unbelievable lineup over there.
Here's the 2-2 as they go away, and he strikes him out swinging.
I knew it was going to be difficult to get some of those guys out, so I just want to go out there and represent the White Sox and myself and my family, and don't embarrass myself too much.
It's taken for strike 3 over the inside corner.
You've seen every pitch he's got, and he drops that on you.
Couple of strikeouts in the inning, 2 shutout innings for Burley.
Garland chipped in with a scoreless 6th to lead the American League to victory.
What a job turned in tonight by the combination of Burley and Garland, who's a 13-game winner.
The Sox knew that by winning this game, they would have the edge in the Fall Classic, and wouldn't that be nice?
Whoever comes out of the American League and goes to the World Series, we know we got home field advantage for them now, but it would be great if it was us.
But despite their torrid first half, not everyone believed that the Sox would get that far.
Even though we played well, we were still looked at as this team for real. And we just wanted to go out there and prove everybody wrong.
Still, they weren't about to think that half a season of great baseball meant anything at this point.
We've made a little bit of noise in the first half of this 05 season, so we haven't accomplished anything yet, and everyone on our ball club recognizes that.
Come on, keep fighting, baby. Come on. Keep fighting.
You have to put 2 solid halves together to win a division or to win a pennant, so our focus is the second half now.
If you're Ozzie Guillen, you wonder, is the break going to slow down the momentum? Will we have that same fire we had in the first half?
But the Sox had everything in perspective, and they didn't miss a beat.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Contreras looks unhittable. Final tonight, Chicago 1, Cleveland 0.
The remarkable string of solid pitching continued for the Pale Hose and overwhelmed their seemingly overmatched division rival.
Boy, the White Sox are just completely dominating the Indians this weekend in every phase possible.
We come back and we have 4 games in Cleveland. They're chasing us.
The White Sox do it. They complete the sweep over the Tribe.
We went out and swept them. And from then on, guys just said, hey, we got this. We can do this.
The Sox jumped out to a huge lead, but to be taken seriously, they still had to prove they could master the beasts of the East.
Playing Boston and New York was huge for us. We knew going into those series that a lot of people were questioning us about teams that we played, that we haven't really played anybody all year, and this was going to be a big test for us.
First up in this midterm exam were the Red Sox.
Swing and a drive. Deep right field. Nixon to the track. To the wall. It's a gunner. A 3-run homer for Brzezinski.
The two teams split the 4-game series.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on another high fastball. He struck him out.
Major League's first 15-game winner this year, John Garland. But it was Yankee Stadium in the Bronx where the Sox proved they weren't one-half wonders. And it was their mastery of baseball fundamentals that converted any disbelievers.
Rowan on the run, makes a one-handed running catch. Swung on and looped to left. Charging Posednik, dives, makes the catch. 0-1. Swung on, hit high in the air to deep center. Rowan back, away back, leaps and makes a great catch. One of the best catches you'll ever see. A fabulous catch by Aaron Rowan. And the White Sox beat the Yankees twice, 2-1. What a series, huh?
Go out there and beat the top teams in the American League. The big power teams to go out there and knock them down and kind of show people, we're not a joke, we're out there for real.
The Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Pinstripes.
Chicago showed all the things that have made them a first-place team in the American League Central.
But again, they remain focused.
We know there's still plenty of work to be done. August and September are 2 tough months in any season, and those are the dog days. That's when pennants are won.
The Sox were baseball's hottest story, and people began taking notice.
There's a lot of White Sox fans all of a sudden.
We took a 15-game lead in our division, and I think we all had the attitude at that time that the division was ours.
But you can't take anything for granted in a 162-game marathon, especially not when one of the hottest teams in baseball since the All-Star break is also your big division rival. The Indians began their season slowly, but now had vaulted back into postseason contention.
The pitch swung on, hit a ton. This ball is gone! A home run to win it for Ben Broussard.
We saw how good a baseball they were playing, and we were kind of just cruising along. Didn't seem like we were putting what we could have put into it.
Sox look anything but a championship team right now.
Strike 3 called and the game is over. Twins sweep the series.
And a comebacker. Belduque throws the ball into center field.
The White Sox have lost 7 in a row.
We knew we were going to hit a bump in the road. We just didn't know when.
And now they had to face the big unit, Randy Johnson, who always gave them fits. But the Sox had a little surprise in store for the big unit.
Hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. 3 home runs in a row by Aguchi, Rowand, and Konerko.
A lot has been written about that we played small ball or smart ball or Ozzie ball this year. And we did, but we also hit 200 home runs.
The 4th homer of the inning off Randy Johnson.
You don't see that every day.
Incredibly, the Sox stopped their skid big time against one of the best in the game.
And this 7-game losing streak is over.
They had a bad August. They were 12-16, but it was their only losing month of the season. In September, the White Sox looked to reestablish what got them there. dominant pitching, now fortified by the emergence of big Jose Contreras.
Contreras down the line there in September. I mean, coming to the ballpark with him on the mound, I knew we were going to win.
Contreras is probably the biggest noticeable change. I mean, he's turned it on so much the second half. You can see his confidence just rise.
Terrific outing for Jose Contreras.
It's almost like he took the whole team, put them on his back, and just went with it.
Jose won his last 8 starts of the season and helped the Sox regain their winning ways.
The White Sox have won 7 in a row.
It seemed as if order had been restored, but that team from Ohio just was not going to go away.
Cleveland, they had an incredible run in the second half. We still didn't play, great baseball in the second half, but we didn't play bad baseball either. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the other team.
They got so hot and played so great, we couldn't believe it.
The Indians are knocking at the door.
When we did get the big win, Cleveland won again. When we lost, they win.
Swung on and missed. Ball game.
Seemed like they did everything right. They couldn't lose.
A division title that once seemed so certain for the Sox had given way to a classic division collision.
The Indians just keep on winning.
And you end up trying to still have fun and go out and play your game, but you can tell there's a little added pressure.
Now the White Sox lead is down to 4 games.
Obviously, the scoreboard watch is start coming out, and you look at the back of the mirrors, they're right behind you.
And now the journey goes to Chicago. 6 more to go with the White Sox starting tomorrow night, and the Indians may not need a plane to get to Chi-Town tonight.
It got to the point when they get to Chicago, one of my press conferences said, I've got the feeling this guy is not going to lose another game for the rest of the season because the way they was playing.
A swing and a high pop. Second baseman calling. He makes the catch. Ball game. And the Cleveland Indians creep a little bit closer.
The Sox were now dealing with a team that was the hottest in baseball for the last 6 weeks, going 33-11. But rather than wilt under the pressure, the Sox took a stand.
I think a lot of the guys realized, okay, we need to try and, step it up a little extra here and find any way we can to, do the little things.
And Joe Creedy took that plan to heart.
He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! And the Sox win it in extra innings 7-6. Exclamation point.
That game, I think, was the turning point, going into the last, week of the season.
Oh, there's a celebration at the plate. A team meeting there for Creedy. Sox are up by 3.5. Get off the ledge.
There are so many moments that'll stand out to me this season, but in the past week it was Joe Creedy's home run. Win the game.
Joe Creedy!
It was awesome.
Still, the Sox would lose their next 2 games. And with each loss, the tension got worse. The Indians were now just 1.5 games back, and it was the closest they had been to the Sox since April the 11th.
It's absolutely incredible that the White Sox would see that 15-game lead evaporate the way it has.
They were up 15 games in August. I finally told my friend we're going to the big show. Right now, they're kind of breaking my heart.
No team had ever held a 15-game lead in August and not finish first. The Sox had to win or die trying to avoid perhaps the biggest collapse in Major League history.
I think the guys stay in the same level. They're not panicking. They was taking one day at a time.
We just wanted to go out there and not worry about, all the critics, talking about our team and telling us we're going to fall on our face and not even get to the playoffs.
We fought back and grouped ourselves together because of, a lot of negativity that's going on out there, towards us. That's when it really turned around.
And once again, it was that great pitching that led the way.
Swing and a miss. A complete game for Contreras and a White Sox winner.
In 3 straight wins over the Twins, the Sox pitchers allowed just 3 runs.
Strike 3 call, boy.
At the same time, the Indians came back to earth, and the Sox were headed to Comerica Park with a prize within their grasp.
We went into that series knowing that we win 2 games, that we would clinch this division.
Line drive, caught at first, and that's the ball game. They are celebrating on the south side.
When we played Detroit and we clinched, all the pressure was off.
The Chicago White Sox are the 2005 American League Central Division champions.
You know, for us to be able to react the way we did down the stretch, I mean, it just shows, you know, the heart and determination that this team has.
Everybody talks about this little slump we had. Wait a second, we won 99 games. How big of a slump could it be?
So now, the 3-game season-ending series with the Indians that once seemed so ominous was just a tune-up for the playoffs.
We got to go into Cleveland relaxed, loose, and have fun for 3 games because they didn't matter. And during those 3 games, everybody played the way that we played earlier on in the year when we were playing as well as we were.
It couldn't have played out any better. The Sox swept the Indians and became the first team in the last 15 years to go wire to wire. And looking back, it was a late season challenge by Cleveland that just might have been the perfect playoff tune-up.
I think that was good for our team to be able to feel what it's like to almost not make the playoffs and then finally get back on track again the last week of the season.
You know that if you can just get into the playoffs, if you can get there and get hot at the right time, anything's possible.
We win 99 games, can we win another 11? I told the guys, don't just feel happy just to be in the playoff. Win this 10. Win this 10.
The defending champs would be their first test. Just 1 year removed from ending their own 8-decade drought, the Sox were hoping that Boston would pass the torch.
We gotta play fundamentally sound baseball here.
Way back, a 3-run homer for Brzezinski.
Keep it up.
The second of the day. Oh, boy! Isn't that the White Sox?
But Sednick had not hit a home run all season.
3-run shot for Sednick. It's the first home run he has hit this season. He waited for postseason play, didn't he? Got that high. The White Sox have won Game 1, 14-2.
I think after we won that first game, it's like we're off and running in the playoffs.
The White Sox trying to make it 2 in a row in this division series.
The Sox were playing winning baseball, but it never hurts to get a kiss from Lady Luck.
You just had a feeling like, you know, some sort of mistake was going to be made by the other team that was going to give us an opportunity to win.
Off speed, Graffinino. Oh, no! Through his legs. Everyone's safe.
You know, sometimes it's just lucky.
All of a sudden, you've got the go-ahead run now at home plate for Chicago. If you're the Chicago White Sox, you've got to make it hurt.
Driven to left field. Good! The White Sox need one more win to advance to the American League Championship Series.
I think people know what the Red Sox did to the Yankees last year, being down 3-0. We got to go out there and try to finish these guys as quick as we can.
And the White Sox lead 2-0.
High and deep, gone!
But their 1-run lead was in danger when Boston loaded the bases, so they turned to a Red Sox killer to help relieve the tension.
The bases loaded, nobody out.
And here comes El Duque.
For him to do what he did in that game, that's just another real magical moment.
A pop-up.
Pops him up as well.
Swing and a miss, he ran around on a curveball.
Wow. Phenomenal.
Swinging a ground ball.
Gucci, Konerko, and the Chicago White Sox have completed a sweep here in the AL Division Series.
Beating Boston in 3 games instilled in everybody's mind, we definitely do have something special.
This place is filling up U.S. Cellular Field on the south side of Chicago for the opening game of the American League Championship Series.
The Angels making history, the first team in postseason history to play 3 consecutive games in 3 different cities.
I was a little weary of the fact that I thought we might go out there and take it lightly after they had to travel as far as they did.
They haven't had any sleep.
But I don't think that was the case. They just came out and beat us.
Anderson rips one. That is a blast and a good start for the Angels.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Angels win game 1.
Game 2 of the American League Championship Series.
Got to get this one tonight. Definitely a sense of urgency for the White Sox tonight.
Facing a potential 2-game deficit, Burley pitched 9 strong innings. And the game became legendary when the Sox saw an opportunity and pounced.
2 outs in the bottom of the 9th of a tie game.
3-2 pitch on the way. Come on, AJ! Splitter! Swung on and missed. He struck him out. The ball in the dirt. Brzezinski is running. The ball was rolled back to the mound. Brzezinski's at first base. What's the story?
I don't know if the ball bounced or not. I heard it hit, so I ran.
The home plate umpire said that ball hit into the ground.
I keep on telling people it was a heads-up play by AJ.
AJ has been awarded first base.
Biggest strikeout probably in the history of baseball. Besides what, Casey, maybe at the bat.
To get to where we are, you have to have the ball bounce your way. But the difference in that is once he reached, Joe still had to hit the double.
Go, Joe, go! The pitch. Swing and a drive. Down to the field line into the corner.
The wall. The White Sox have won.
Pandemonium here in Chicago.
I always say I'd rather be lucky and be good.
Southern California sun is out, and we are ready for Game 3.
Where John Garland started for the first time in 12 days and showed the Angels just how complete this team was.
Garland retires the final 9 men he faces in a brilliant 4-hitter tonight.
That's the story. Terrific starting pitching.
I knew what we were capable of. Our pitching staff exceeded even my expectations, and I don't know if anybody has higher expectations than me.
The dominance continues. Garcia wraps up the 3rd consecutive complete game.
The next night, it did cross my mind it wouldn't stink to get the 4th.
Contreras has been tough. Here's a swing and a ground ball to first. Canerco has it. He steps on the bag. The White Sox have won the pennant. They've won the pennant. The White Sox win it, and they're going to the World Series.
It's been 16,816 days since the White Sox last played in a World Series game.
The National League Houston Astros play their first World Series game in franchise history tonight against the American League champion Chicago White Sox. It's Roger Clemens against Jose Contreras.
We're here to win a ring and just wanted to go out there and prove to the world that we're ready to play.
Deep right field. This might go. It's a gunner.
Jermaine Dye sure made it clear that he was ready. And in the seesaw battle, Joe Clutch Creedy tipped the scales.
Swing long one, deep left center. Gone for a home run. Sox lead 4-3.
It's definitely something you've always dreamt about when you were a kid. And I was around the base. I said, okay, we have a 1-run lead. You know, we want to hold these guys.
Ozzie is going to go to his bullpen. Last time he had to do it 11 days ago in Game 1 of the ALCS.
A swing and a miss. He struck him out.
What a job by Cox.
Here comes Guillen. He's looking to the bullpen.
And he makes the sign, give me the wide, tall guy.
The man-child, the monster, the biggest monster of the Midway. You know, Sasquatch, I mean, this guy brings it.
Here's Jenks' pitch to Bagwell. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
They struck out the side.
2 down in the 9th inning. 5-3 White Sox.
The 0-2 pitch. A fastball struck him out swinging for a White Sox World Series Game 1 winner.
I've never heard the crowd that loud as it was last night. It's Game 2. We're driving in right now. We've got Burley on the mound against Pettit, who's been one of the best. You know, you don't get too many chances to go to the World Series. This might be the only time we get, so we might as well enjoy it. And it's not pressure time. This is fun time. This is what it's all about.
A swing and a high pop. Out goes Biggio, the second baseman, and he dropped the ball. It's off his glove. Brzezinski scores the go-ahead run. Biggio dropped the ball in short right field. Attaboy, AJ. Attaboy.
But the Sox couldn't hold on to the lead, so down by 2 with the bases loaded, they looked for some power from the first ALCS MVP named Paulie.
Canerco could do some damage.
Bases loaded, 2 out.
Swinging a long one to left.
It's going to go. It's a slam. Sox lead 6-4.
What a mood swing we have had here in Chicago.
But in baseball, the mood can change in an instant.
Well, this guy's got a real good fastball. The pitch. Swing, line drive, base hit left field. Here comes Bagwell. He scores. Here comes Burke. Here comes the throw. Going to be close to slide. Base, and the game is tied.
And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth, a 6-6 tie.
And with premier closer Brad Lidge on the mound, so it seemed it would stay. But remember that leadoff hitter we got for Carlos Lee? You know, the one that did not homer even once during the regular season?
Deep right center field. This is way back in the gap, and it's a gunner! A White Sox winner! A winner on a Pacific home run! The White Sox go up 2 games to nothing!
Oh my God!
Not only my teammates in the dugout, I think everybody in the ballpark was a little shocked that that ball came off of my bat. I felt like I was running on air. I couldn't hear the crowd. Then to round third base and to celebrate with my teammates who you've been grinding it out with through day one, through all the spring training. To celebrate with those guys at home plate was a moment that I'll never forget.
Let's go, Hick. I'm trying to hit homers.
You in tonight?
No. Hopefully, National League, I might be able to sneak in there and get a pinch hit or something like that. You know, I've been living for these 3 games, so hopefully something good will happen.
It was the first World Series game ever played in Texas. And true to their home state, the Astros started big.
Curveball, strike 3 call.
Get up. Come on, baby, go. Home run! Home run!
4-0 Houston.
Attaboy!
You know, something about this team, just the resilience of never out of any ball game.
Break it open right here. A.J. Przinsky, that one is way out there. That ball is up against the wall. Come on, come on, come on.
The White Sox have come all the way back. They now lead 5-4.
But the resilient Astros forced extra innings and then some.
Longest World Series game by time in 14 innings, a World Series record. Jeff Blum trying to add his name to the list of unexpected World Series heroes.
That's a rocket hit deep to right, and that ball is gone. A home run for Jeff Blum. Another unlikely power source for the White Sox.
The White Sox are up 3-0.
Well, it's only been 18 hours and 21 minutes after the last pitch of Game 3 early this morning.
Is this the night the White Sox break out of an 88-year slump?
Come on, fellas, Game 4. Let's get him right here now. Come on. Let's go, baby. Run out. Right now. Hey, oh, wait for tomorrow.
The man on the mound tonight for the White Sox, Freddie Garcia. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Berkman strikes out. Lane strikes out.
Strike 3 called down the middle, and he knew it.
Great pitching. That's basically what our team is all about, pitching and defense, and that's how we move. That's how we go.
That's how we play.
2 strikeouts in the inning, 7 in the game for Freddie Garcia.
Game 4 goes to the 8th.
Win or die trying was the White Sox motto all season long. And now it was die, just trying to win.
A base hit to center. Harris scores. The White Sox have a 1-0 lead in the 8th. Jermaine Dye in the clutch. And now the Astros are down to their last strike. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Palmeiro.
Over the head of Jenks.
A ground ball past Jenks up the middle of the infield. Uribe has it.
Shortstop charging. Throwing.
He throws. Out! Out! A White Sox winner and a World Championship. The White Sox have won the World Series, and they're mobbing each other on the field.
We're world champions. We're world champions.
People should feel proud at the 2005 Chicago White Sox because they've been patient for so many years and hope and hope and hope. When I showed the trophy, I said, like, wow, thank you for waiting this long. Now, finally, we got it.
best team in baseball in 2005.
I've stood here and stayed here because I always felt we would win a ring here one day before I retire.
This is the best day of my life right now. I don't care whatever else I do in this game. Nothing feels like this right here.
Nothing better. It was the best feeling you can ever have playing baseball.
Let's go White Sox! Let's go White Sox!
I've never experienced any celebration and any feeling like that, ever.
There's overjoyment right now.
I bring unity. I say, well, Ozzie, you bring 30 guys together and make them play baseball.
We gelled together as a family, and that's why we survived until the end.
So excited, so happy and proud.
The chemistry, the friendships continue to grow together and become one.
They can't take that, man.
One thing went through my mind right away was Jerry Reinsdorf. So finally we made it for this man. Thank God I was the man to do it.
Here's the Commissioner's Trophy, symbolic of the world champion Chicago White Sox.
And seeing his face and the emotion that he had.
25 years ago, buddy, you got me into this game.
I'll never forget that more than anything.
And to all the fans of Chicago, North Side, South Side, West Side, this is for you.
Thank you, White Sox! Thank you, White Sox!
When you're trying to achieve a goal and it takes a long time, you have a greater appreciation on how meaningful it is.
There we go, 88 years, that's what you get right there. Having won this great victory on foreign land, the White Sox did expect a hero's welcome upon their return home, but they weren't prepared for the sight that they were just about to look at. Almost 2 million fans who filled the streets to honor them.
You can't imagine the people that were in the city of Chicago the day of our parade. I've never seen anything like it.
It seemed like the whole city shut down. It was just unbelievable going through, you know, all kinds of different communities.
Yeah, I know it's going to be a lot of people. There's no doubt about it, it's going to be a lot of people. I never thought it was going to be that many people.
But showing love back at these players is the buses took them all the way through the crowd. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this one.
Be able to come back and share it with the fans and thank them for everything is awesome. Can't even put it into words.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
It is amazing. Incredible. Oh my God.
We have had some true fans throughout the way, and it was just exciting that we were going to bring it back to them.
This is something that I'm going to die the more happy man in the world.
This city hasn't seen a World Series in a long, long time, and we're very happy that we were the ones that were able to give it to them.
They kept fighting all the way, they persevered, and they finally brought to Chicago what Chicago's been waiting for all these years.
World Series champions, 05. Can't ever take it away from us. Best thing ever.
I love everyone. My heart belongs to everyone.
Having this at the end is just living a dream and something I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
Your 2005 World Champions, Chicago White Sox, you can put it on the board. Yeah! The euphoria will fade, but this team will always, always own a piece of baseball history. And can forever look back upon their season with pride. Sox pride.
Well, we sure didn't die trying. We won.
You know, we had 25 guys that all had their role on this team, whether it was to be this guy or that guy, and everyone accepted their role, and they took it and did it to their best of their ability.
A magical season for the White Sox with many, many magical moments. I think we're going to keep a smile on everybody's face
We had a lot of fun doing what we love to do, and we played the game hard and enjoyed every bit of it.
There's something about this team, just the resilience of never out of any ball game, the flair for the dramatic, the one-run win.
People should feel proud about the 2005 Chicago White Sox because we fight against everybody. But you know one thing? We stick together in the clubhouse. And they did it, you know what I mean? They put a lot of people run.
My voice is burned out. I'm aware some will lose. Some will see the blues. All the music never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting. Talking about the moon.
I'm here to see a baseball team bring it home for the people of Chicago.
There it goes. A home run for Queenie and a White Sox winner in the 10th.
All right! I love the White Sox! Yeah!
I love to see Pasetnik steal second base and then steal third.
My favorite moment was watching A.J. Brzezinski hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth to come back to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Swing and a drive. Deep left center field. This might go. It's a gunner and a White Sox winner.
I mean, I was jumping up and down. My mother and I were hugging each other, jumping up and down. It was like the Game 7 of the World Series.
A 4-run ninth inning, and the White Sox came all the way back to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'd say that's a good moment.
When Pablo Ozuna stole home.
And throw to first, he steals home. Sox lead 2-0.
And Bobby Jenks, 100 miles an hour. Can't hit what you can't see.
My favorite moment this White Sox season, back-to-back-to-back home runs against Randy Johnson.
3 in a row, folks. Sox lead 3-1.
The White Sox versus the Cubs when Frank Thomas hit that home run.
Thomas hits it deep, and it's 1-0 as he just hit his 97th career first inning home run.
I told everybody before the season that we had a great team, that we were going all the way. It's old school and new school, and we bring it all together, and we make the 2005 White Sox the best team in the league.